After 19 games last season, Liverpool were third in the table on 41 points, having just suffered their second defeat of the campaign in a surprise 1-0 loss to Leicester City. Klopp's side responded in no uncertain terms, going undefeated in the league for the rest of the campaign, winning both the FA and Carabao Cups, reaching the final of the Champions League and missing out on the Premier League by a single point. After falling just 2 games short of an unprecedented quadruple, the 2022-23 season was always going to be a tough act to follow, but few could have predicted the Reds' steep decline this campaign. 19 games into the current season, Jurgen Klopp's side have morphed into a struggling mid-table outfit, 10 points short of the Champions League places and more than double that behind league leaders Arsenal. Liverpool are without a league win in 2023 and have only a single victory in their last 6 games in all competitions. The Champions League trophy is their last remaining hope of silverware this season, and should they fail to win Europe's elite competition, qualification for next year's tournament looks a tall order. So what's wrong for Liverpool this season? Well, first up, there's fatigue. The Reds played 63 games last season in a campaign that spanned 41 weeks, with preseason kicking off just 1 month later due to the Winter World Cup break. Then there are injuries, with long-term absentees like Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota, meaning Klopp has rarely been able to field his strongest starting 11. Chemistry has also been a problem, with Mo Salah failing to strike up partnerships with the incoming Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo. And after claiming every major trophy on offer since arriving at Anfield back in 2015, is Klopp himself now the problem, with the German unable to motivate a squad that had grown so used to winning? Either way, time is running out for the Reds this season, with city rivals Everton, high-flying Newcastle United, and Real Madrid all lined up on the fixture list this month.
So where does the fault lie for this poor season for the Reds? Room442 put up a Twitter poll today, very scientific. And the people have spoken. 18.1% say injuries. Fatigue or age dominates over 45%. Investment is next highest in the reasoning. And Jurgen Klopp down at 12%-ish as the reason why they struggled so far. So let me ask you, is fatigue and age, is that the main reason that this team struggles? Why are you smiling? You're enjoying this, aren't you?
I am loving that we are having this chat right now, Germs. I'm loving it. I'm going to love every second of this. Liverpool in 9th place in the Premier League
Thanks. Yeah, they are. That's
season.
right.
29 points from 19 matches. They are the biggest shock for me this year in terms of what's transpired in the Premier League, but a good shock because they are nowhere near the top 4, which is a complete and utter abysmal catastrophe, whatever you want to call it, for this club right now. Now, injuries, fatigue, yeah, that's definitely played a role. Jurgen Klopp, I think that's played a bit of a role. Like, you put out that poll there, I would say all of the above almost has combined to play a role in what's happened here. But more than anything, what if Liverpool were just never that good to begin with? What if they were just overperforming
For 5-6 years?
all of these 5-6 years?
Winning Champions League crowns and winning Premier League. That's overperforming.
Overperforming Liverpool.
They won the cup double.
It was
last year.
bound to catch up to them.
I'm scared.
It was bound to catch up to them.
He's enjoying this, right? But he's going a little bit far. Let's be honest here. I mean, when they won the Premier League, they had 100 points.
How long ago was that?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
They won
When
the
was the last
Champions
time
League.
you guys won the Premier League?
Oh, I'm not comparing. We're not doing a Manchester United segment
I'm
right
just
now.
saying.
It's a little bit
Be
blinky there, I
careful,
think.
be careful. Yeah, but that's crazy for you to say that, Mikey. Liverpool have been a really solid team, a competitive team, a team that have given teams like Real Madrid in the Champions League a little run for their money. But I think it's a combination of all of those things. First of all, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea all last year played the most football out of all the teams. And you can tell, look at how they're performing this year. All 3 of the teams are not performing well. Second of all, you lose Sadio Mane, who really appeared to be the glue of this team maybe. And then on top of several injuries, Van Dijk, Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez in and out, Melo. Like, there are so many injuries, as well as some of these players, showing their age a little bit, Fabinho. And then, yeah, maybe Jurgen Klopp also might not be the right man anymore. I think that's at the bottom of the table, but I think it's maybe a combination of all these things. But I do agree with one thing is that I don't even know if you mentioned this, but Liverpool, the team that they are with the talent that they have, should not be in ninth, and it is one of the most shocking things.
I'm pretty certain that if Diaz is healthy, if Jota's healthy, they're better than ninth place. But they have aged. Well, they have aged very quickly, though, right? This happens, so that teams do age, and it's up to the people at the top of the club to address that and to give the funds to address that. This team doesn't spend like Man City or Chelsea, who does right now. They have to invest in this squad, and they've seen Jordan Henderson get old very quickly. You mentioned there Fabinho. Thiago's always hurt, aging, even though he's not an old guy right now. Van Dijk's been aging since that injury a couple of years ago now. So you can point the finger at many areas, but the turnaround for this club concerns me because you look at a Newcastle, only getting better, the new player in town. Look at a Brighton, who again next year could be very, very good. United, as it pains me to say, have a manager that knows what he's doing right now. They're going to be, obviously in the hunt for top four football for a long time. So it's going to be a massive off-season for this team. Can they get Jude Bellingham without top four football?
Okay, wait.
I really worry about that.
But I'm going to ask you both. Is Jude Bellingham the solution to this problem? Because I don't think
you need more than one. It's more than one
You
solution,
need-
but he's a big part of it.
Heck of a start.
it's a start, but you're going to bring in one player, and that's going to be okay. Liverpool.
No. But that's the one.
But it
piece
kind of
that-
just seems that Liverpool keeps saying, or Liverpool fans, or whoever, they're saying, okay, we're going to get Jude Bellingham.
Well, he's
And
a big
that-
fish. Now, my issue with that is because I see the same reports you do, and most of these reports are from Liverpool sources, right? He's leaning towards, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he
Look
wants
at
Champions
Cody.
League
I
football.
mean, Cody Gakpo.
Yes.
Like, I'm not comparing the two, but still, young bright stars right now. Bellingham, obviously, a lot better, but Cody Gakpo hasn't been able to fit in yet. Now it's only early days, but you don't ever fully know how well a player is going to do until you see them play with those players on the pitch.
And that was the thing with Liverpool last season, is regardless who was on the pitch, it was simply plug and play in the last couple seasons, right? There was a cohesive system that you clearly understood your role. Now with all the injuries that they're dealing with players getting older, that system is not as seamless as it once was. And you can no longer just plug and play. And now some of their flaws, which I was alluding to off the top, have started to come to light and are being exposed a little bit. What's the solution? I think it's a bigger problem than a lot of people are making, as you're kind of referring to, right? Jude Bellingham is as good of a player as he is. He's not fixing the entire Liverpool midfield. There are bigger problems like that. And if Klopp wants to play in a three-man system, you almost have to go out and get another midfielder at least to play
sure you do.
alongside Jude Bellingham. And then that's a start, right?
He played 4-2-3-1 last week. He's playing more than just 4-3-3 these
Yeah.
days, which
Yeah.
is unheard of for Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, many questions to be answered. That's for sure. It's been a rough season
What about, sorry, I know you're going to, but what about Trent Alexander-Arnold? Like, what's going on with him?
Yeah, I think he's just a symptom of the issue. He's not the issue. He hasn't had a good season, no doubt about it. Some really poor games. We know what his limitations are, but you need a good centre back beside him to accommodate those limitations.
Is his future going to still be at Liverpool?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
I
Is
think
he
so.
the
He's a
future-
scout.
Is
He's a
he
scout
still the
boy.
right back of this team moving forward, starting right back?
I would say so, yeah. I think Klopp loves him. He has enough going forward that he can dominate games when he wants to, but you need to have the team around him as well. He can't do it by himself. And John Matip, I love John Matip, right? But he's getting old as well. He's always hurt. You need someone else on that right side. So
It wasn't that long ago, because when we were watching the Champions League final, we're looking at Trent Alexander-Arnold as potentially one of Liverpool's most important players.
Yep.
Now
He was.
he's struggling to.
Well, the
to get
fullbacks
into
were
the
both of them,
11.
right?
Both of them, yeah.
But listen, no one's having a great season on that team. Not one
Is there
player.
any player that's you can say that's been acceptable for Liverpool that have
acceptable?
Harvey
that,
Elliott.
that have shown all right?
Bajovic, the new kid, he's played about 6 games.
So, how much of that then does fall on the manager?
No, I think he's well aware of that. Yeah, he hasn't had a great season either, but he's dealing with a lot of injuries right
But
now.
isn't it give and take? Yeah, like the manager has to, get the best out of these guys, but then these guys have to do the best for the manager as well and listen to what. I think it's a bit of give and pull. So I don't know if I would just put that on Klopp. Mo Salah has been dreadful. I can't blame the way he's playing on Klopp. He seems to have
But
something.
that's everybody. You go through their entire.
Well, every
11,
game has
12,
got someone else
13,
beside him,
like-
though, as well, right? In
Yeah.
that front three.
Yeah.
Right, through the injuries. So, I mean, Mo Salah's got, I think, 7 Premier League goals. He's got 17 overall in the season. Hasn't been a complete disaster, but hasn't been the player that they signed
Yeah.
to that massive deal, a year or so ago. So, so many question marks. They'll turn it around one day, but I don't think it's going to be this season. Lose the smirk, like you're saying.